So the general pattern of my life before I became a Christian was me expecting one thing and getting something completely different. I grew up with a family that loved me, they did great things, but I just never felt connected to them. My world revolved around being by myself, just doing whatever I could to make me happy without disappointing me. I chose friends who didn't really care about me. I filled my time with just by doing things that would make me happy as long as I did them, like eating junk food and watching TV. And I was satisfied with finding whatever I could do so that life would always be comfortable and I'd never have to do anything different. By the time I was halfway through high school, I was torn in every aspect of my life. I grew up on a farm and it conditioned me for hard work, but I still wanted to be apathetic, just hoping to find happiness. My friendships crumbled, but somehow others' friendships continued to thrive. So I started to change. I replaced food with exercise, thinking that would make me happy. I tried to serve as much as I could, just constantly helping, but I only did it for my own accomplishments. Anything that I could do that I thought was essential to being wanted, I did it. And in doing so, I hurt so many people with my words and my actions. I did things that I can never take back. And I never thought I was doing something wrong because it seemed like everyone around me was doing the same thing I was. Until finally I reunited with an old friend from my childhood and they were different. And in hanging out with their friend group, I realized and saw what joy and unity in something was. And that something was Jesus. Now I was exposed to Christianity from day one. My parents had me in church every Sunday, all throughout my life. I even prayed to become a Christian when I was 6 years old, but I never took the time to learn what it truly meant to live what I believed. And soon I was working harder than I ever had before, trying to fit in with this new friend group. And after a while, I just asked myself, I'm looking like a Christian, but am I one? And one night I just laying there in bed and I revisited everything in my mind that I used to think would make me happy, anything that I would do just to drown out the sadness, and I knew in that moment that none other than Jesus could fill that void. I prayed right there, asking him to come into my life and to help me change. By the time my senior year rolled around, I realized what being a Christian and living as a Christian meant. That he loved me so greatly, that he created me and he continues to love me no matter how much failure and junk I have in my life. Now, I was a Christian then, and I knew what it meant to live like one, but he certainly wasn't done working in me yet. At that point, I said, I'm going to live the rest of my life, I'm going to be this good guy, I'm going to be a friend, but I'll never be a mentor, never a missionary, never someone who will speak their beliefs to the masses, because that's just not for me. But now, years later, after devoting my life to serving God, he's given me the opportunity to share my story anywhere from here to Western Africa and back. I've been able to do so many wonderful things through him. I've been able to have the privilege to mentor and also explore the meaning of manhood with some of the best men in the world. And in doing so, I've had more fun and felt more meaning than anything I ever would have expected to feel doing what made me happy. I never expected to be rewarded in this way for learning about servanthood and what devotion to something like Christ truly meant. But expecting God's greater reward in my life has been my difference.